contacts today, we've been working with the notion that a couple of hundred firefighters may be missing. Do you know anything about this?
We still have several hundred firefighters unaccounted for. Fire Department of New York, when they send an initial assignment to the World Trade Center, it involves about 125 firefighters on the initial assignment. And without a doubt, when they realize the severity of the situation, they dispatch greater alarms, and probably had between about 300 firefighters on the scene before the first collapse occurred. The issue here is now the criticality of the next 24 to 36 hours. We're moving from the initial impact of this incident to the rescue and recovery phases. And one of the challenges, as Jerry Howard was saying, is that the desire for rescue. We find statistically that about 90% of the people that are rescued from building collapses are rescued in the first 24 hours. So this next time period will be very critical for the rescue of injured people.
Now, Mr. Priest, as you have talked to your colleagues in New York, where are you, by the way?
I happen to be in Denver today.
Right. As you've talked to your colleagues in New York, do you get any sense from them about whether what you describe as rescue and recovery is going to be more recovery than rescue?
I think it's going to be both. The World Trade Center is a horrific disaster. The primary rescue efforts will be taking place in the buildings that surround the World Trade Center. We have some 8 urban search and rescue teams on the way there now, but they will take at least 24 hours to become operational.
Is this one of those situations where fire departments, not dissimilar from a forest fire, where fire departments are coming in from long distances, or is there enough men and material in the immediate area to help?
I think from the initial response, fire departments from the New York area, surrounding New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, and maybe even Pennsylvania, have already begun moving toward New York City. The urban search and rescue teams are coming from as far away as California.
What do you mean by an urban search and rescue team? Is this the same kind of team that would go to an earthquake?
Yes, these are the structural collapse rescue teams. And for New York City, there's 3 teams coming from California, 1 team coming from Massachusetts.
Mr. Breeze, let me interrupt you because we've had another building collapse. ABC's Bob Jameson. Bob Jameson? Okay. There has been another building collapse in lower New York. It may, and we won't even speculate as to what it is, but another building has collapsed. Just reconfirming that when the 2 trade towers collapse, you see people moving. These people are not as close as they look. They're at some distance away because the police have kept them at this distance. And another building, and maybe, John, you can recognize this, in this immediate area. I'm not going to speculate that it's number 7, but because a number of buildings in the immediate adjacent area are vulnerable.
This is looking towards the World Trade Center, and that dark building in the upper left-hand corner is the telephone company on West Street. So this is a few blocks north, looking south. This is from 6th Avenue and Canal Street, looking south.
And do we know how close either you, I'm going to bring George Stephanopoulos in a moment, do we know how close this collapse might have been to the trade towers? You know the streets well.
What you see, the smoke coming up from this structure. I'm trying to discern from the pictures if that is the bottom of the World Trade Center or another building.
Okay, the Associated Press is just reporting. George Stephanopoulos, are you in a position? We think this is Trade Center building number 7, which has collapsed.
Yes, I'm not positive, Peter, but we are pretty sure that it is. One of our crew here saw it go straight down, and you're now trained on the plume of smoke.